Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for City of Greensboro news and information. The Commission on the Status of Women will host an introduction to the A, B, C, and Ds of Medicare. The public can join the meeting on Zoom from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. on Tuesday, October 27th. Roughly 2 million people in North Carolina receive Medicare benefits, but navigating the different plans and finding care to complement coverage can be daunting. Learn about the different coverage options to complement Medicare and different options after Parts A and B. A representative with the North Carolina Department of Insurance and SHIP will answer questions and help residents understand their options. SHIP is a consumer division of the North Carolina Department of Insurance that provides neutral, objective, and unbiased counseling and assistance at no cost to clients. This workshop is strictly informational, therefore attendees will not be solicited. To join the meeting by phone, call 312-626-6799. When prompted, enter the meeting ID and password. The mission of the Commission on the Status of Women is to improve the quality of life for women in Greensboro, in part by creating and conducting educational programs on issues affecting women. For more information, call the city's Human Rights Department at 336-373-2038. The Greensboro Parks and Recreation Department will open its after-school program at Lindley, Brown, Leonard, Lewis, and Griffin Recreation Centers. This is for children ages 5 to 12. Space will accommodate 8 to 15 children to adhere to health and safety guidelines. The weekly cost is $30 per child. The after-school program will operate when Guilford County schools offer in-person instruction. As a result, opening dates are subject to change. Lindley Recreation Center after school is expected to open on Tuesday, October 20th. Brown, Leonard, Lewis, and Griffin Recreation Centers are early voting sites, and after school is expected to open at those locations on Monday, November 9th. Staff and participants will be required to wear face coverings. Social distancing and regular hand washing or sanitizing will be practiced. Participants will remain in small groups. Drop-off and pickup will take place outside the building. Regular program hours, which are from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Mondays through Fridays, may be expanded on teacher workdays, early release days, and some school holidays. The Guilford County Schools Transportation Department can confirm which bus drops off at the recreation centers. To speak to a program manager, contact the city's recreation centers. To review the program details and sign up online, visit the city's website. The Greensboro Department of Transportation, or GDOT, is accepting shared micro-mobility service permit applications. This will allow e-scooters to operate in the city's right-of-way. GDOT will issue one permit for a 2-year period beginning January 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022, with the option for 2 1-year extensions. Applications must be received by 5 p.m. on Sunday, November 1st. Questions about the application must be submitted by email, and a response will be provided within 3 business days. The last day to submit questions is on Thursday, October 22nd. Updates to the permit application process, including submitted questions and their responses, will be posted on the city's website as they become available. Applicants will be notified of the status of their permit no later than Monday, November 30th. In an effort to help each of us improve our quality of life, the city developed a partnership with Cone Health to share a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Let's take a moment to check out today's news for your health.
Hello, are you having trouble sleeping? I'm Dr. Clint Young, Medical Director of the Cone Health Sleep Disorder Center. Today we're going to talk about some important ways to help you get a better night's rest. Most people sleep best if they get 6 or 8 hours of regular sleep every night. The best bedrooms are quiet, cool, dark, comfortable, and safe. That means if you have a mattress that hurts your back, maybe it's time to change it. Cool means a couple of degrees at least cooler than your daytime temperature, not cold. But it can help a lot to have a layered set of blankets rather than one heavy comforter that is all or nothing. If you're feeling a little too warm, try sticking a foot out from under the cover. Just something to shed a little body heat can make a big difference. Keep the bedroom a safe, neutral place. Don't have your arguments there. Don't worry about finances and family relationships in the bedroom. And get rid of the electronics. TVs, laptops, tablets, cell phones have bright screens that make the brain think that it's daytime. The pings of alerts all night long will not help you sleep, and you do better if you get rid of those. The habit of going to bed at a regular time is a learned habit to some extent. If you're too casual about when you get up and when you go to bed, your brain starts having more trouble figuring out what's bedtime. So get regular about it. It doesn't have to be rigid, but if you have a consistent bedtime, you'll do better. As you get ready for bedtime, we try to help people calm down, quiet down. It can help to do something easy and distracting. Reading quietly, doing puzzles can be better than doing something that's really engaging, like work from the office or playing an active video game that is stimulating. Try to get your exercise in earlier in the day. It's hard to get your body temperature back down again if you exercise too close to bed. We like people to eat and drink an hour or more before bedtime. It makes you more comfortable. It cuts down having to get up at night to go to the bathroom. It can reduce reflux problems at night. Just think in terms of settling down, quieting down, finishing up the day so that you can go on to bed. Everybody has trouble sleeping sometimes. Trouble going to sleep in the first place, trouble waking up before you're ready to. We call those the insomnias. And again, that's normal unless it happens over and over again or begins to disturb the quality of your life. It helps to calm down, to quiet down, relax, just drift, think about things that you want to think about, and don't try to solve life's problems while you're lying in bed. If sleep just won't come, then you may be better off getting up, going and doing something quiet and comfortable for a little while until you're ready to try again. That's better than lying there fretting about it. There's a place for sleep medicines. There's a big market for them and lots of people trying to sell them. Just remember that sleep medicines are tools. They're not the solution. If you're really having trouble falling asleep or staying asleep, then we can help you understand more deeply what's going on and maybe fix the underlying problem. Everybody has problems sleeping sometimes. It doesn't need to be a consuming issue for you, and it doesn't need to be something that you frighten about every night as you get ready to go to bed. Hope you sleep well.
The governor has cleared the path for the state to move into Phase 3. The City Council is extending the terms of an initiative to help downtown merchants. We'll have that story and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. South Elm Street from Market Street to Lewis Street will continue to be closed from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. on Saturdays until December 26th. This is part of a plan to allow restaurants and retail businesses to operate in the public right-of-way while providing ample space for pedestrians and shoppers to observe social distancing. Downtown visitors are reminded they should practice the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services guidelines when they leave home. Wear a face cover over your nose and mouth. Wait 6 feet apart, avoiding close contact with people who don't live in your household. Last but not least, wash your hands often using soap and water or hand sanitizer. In August, the Greensboro City Council approved the initiative to close the road on weekends. The city issues special permits to allow restaurants to temporarily expand seating in the right-of-way. For more information, visit the Downtown Greensboro, Inc. website. The Greensboro Virus Relief Task Force is pleased to announce it recently granted more than $100,000 to 7 local nonprofits providing services to people impacted by the coronavirus. In total, the task force has awarded $2.5 million to more than 100 local nonprofits, assisting thousands of individuals and families coping with the pandemic. This round of funding went to nonprofits addressing the priority areas of housing vulnerabilities and employment. The funds are allocated by the Greensboro Virus Relief Fund, which was established by United Way of Greater Greensboro, the City of Greensboro, and the Community Foundation of Greater Greensboro. The task force is co-chaired by Assistant City Manager Larry Davis and Frank McCain, Vice President of United Way's Community Impact and Investment. They are joined by leaders from the Community Foundation of Greater Greensboro, Guilford County, Greensboro Chamber of Commerce, and representatives of the 6 priority areas. Nonprofits interested in receiving a grant can learn more and submit applications by visiting United Way's website. The Greensboro Fire Department is conducting its annual fire hydrant testing now through November 15th. All city fire hydrants are being tested to ensure they are able to produce the required water pressure when needed. Testing is done during standard operating hours, making it impossible to know in advance where or when crews will be testing. Opening hydrants is known to sometimes cause a temporary harmless discoloration of water in nearby homes. This can be cleared up by letting the water run for a few minutes. Hydrant testing not only ensures the protection of Greensboro residents, it's also an evaluation indicator used by the Insurance Services Office, or ISO, which rates cities according to the fire protection offered. The Greensboro Fire Department earned an ISO Class 1 protection rating in 1992, which is the highest rating possible. The city has maintained this designation since that time. If a hydrant is not properly working, please contact the city's Water Resources Department to submit a maintenance request. Greensboro residents will have an opportunity to weigh in on redrawing the airport's overlay district. Coming up after the break, we'll check in with the planning department to explain what this means. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. The Planning Department is in the process of redrawing the overlay district surrounding Piedmont Triad International Airport. This is referenced in the city's land development ordinance as the Airport Overlay District. Joining me now to tell us about the significance of this is Steve Galante. He is the planning manager with the city's planning department. Hello, Steve. Welcome
Hello.
to the show.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for joining me. So for people who aren't too familiar with the terminology in your area, what is an overlay district?
Right. In general, an overlay district is set up with special regulations in a particular area to better help development fit in with the surrounding neighborhood. In this case, the airport overlay is set up based on the noise that is generated from the airport. The special regulations and the boundary itself mirror the noise cone that the airport has established. The airport has conducted a study and has determined an area of land where the day-night average over a 24-hour period of the noise from the aircraft will reach a level of 60 decibels. And we use the airport's noise cone for the boundary of our airport overlay district.
Okay, 60 decibels. Is that really, really loud and disruptive to people who live near the airport?
It's about the same as a normal level of normal conversation.
Okay, so that's not anything that you would get calls about. Okay, now what are the additional rules for this overlay district? What will change?
Right, the special rules for the airport overlay district have to do with residential uses. The city leaders decided that it was not proper to have residential uses in the airport's noise cone. So the special rules for the airport overlay district prohibit new single-family subdivisions and new apartments.
Okay, that makes sense. So Steve, explain how will the overlay district change and when will these changes go into effect?
The changes that we're proposing for the overlay district is to divide our current overlay district into 2 zones. Zone number 1 will be around the airport and will be the noise cone that the airport is using at this time, as we talked about, the 60 decibel level. The second zone, Zone 2, will be the area between the airport's noise cone and the current boundary of our district, and we'll call that Zone 2. And that area is mostly located northeast of the airport, north of Bryan Boulevard. In the Zone 2, we're going to relax the residential restrictions that we currently have in the Airport Overlay District. You'll be allowed to build new single-family subdivisions and apartments with 2 caveats. The first is that landowners will need to notify any potential land buyers that there is noise from the airport, so there will be a notification requirement. The second caveat is that if you build a new house or apartment inside this Zone 2, the builder will need to use construction techniques and building materials in order to reduce the outdoor noise that is heard indoor. So this area, which is Zone 2, contains about 800 acres. So this will make about 800 acres available for new residential housing products that the folks who live, work in Greensboro will be able to live in that area.
And why is the airport and the city working now to make these changes?
The airport has conducted a new study, and the boundary of their noise cone has changed. The noise cone has actually gotten smaller due to the airport's operations and the types of aircraft that are using the airport. The noise cone has gotten smaller. So we have decided at the planning department that it's time to update our land development ordinance to reflect this change.
Okay. Now, how will this overlay district, how long will it take to get it to what you need it to be, and when will it go into effect?
Right. We have started the public hearing process for this change to our land development ordinance. It will require a public hearing before our zoning commission and then final action by the city council. Right now, we're tentatively scheduled to discuss this item at the zoning commission meeting on November 16th, and then city council will make a decision at their December meeting, which is December 15th.
Okay, and those are excellent opportunities for residents who are interested in this topic, may live near the airport and want to weigh in. How can they do that and get more information?
Right. There are several ways you can get more information. We have created a website. If you go to the city's website, greensboro-nc.gov/AOD for the Airport Overlay District, we have a website with a lot of valuable information out there. Most of the information is set up in frequently asked questions, but we also have access to an interactive map where you can type in your address and see if you're located inside or outside of the overlay district. We also have a short video that explains the changes. In addition to that, we will be holding 2 public information sessions. The first session will be October 22nd, and the second session will be October 27th. Both those informational sessions will be held via Zoom and will start at 5:30 p.m. If you would like to participate in those meetings, just contact me. You can get my contact information from the website, and I'll send you information on how you can participate.
Okay, and we've also put your number up on the screen as we were talking. Thank you, Steve, for educating us about the Airport Overlay District. Wasn't quite sure what that meant, but now I know. And we do hope that you'll come back and give us an update on how the progress and the update to your land development code went.
Certainly.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Stay tuned for some useful information about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. Due to COVID-19, the City Council is meeting virtually. The Greensboro City Council meetings are broadcast right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and on Roku. City Council meetings usually take place on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building, located at 300 West Washington Street. To review the City Council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. The City of Greensboro will host the 6th annual Imagine a Day Without Water on Wednesday, October 21st. This national campaign is designed to promote the value of water by asking residents to limit how much water they drink or use within 24 hours. Imagine a Day Without Water is an opportunity for organizations to discuss why water is essential. The Water Resources Department encourages the community to share how their life would be affected if they went a day without water. Post a photo or video to Facebook or Instagram using the hashtag ImagineADayWithout and hashtag #ValueWater. Having clean, safe drinking water flow from the tap and the ability to flush toilets are actions most people take for granted. This year, as the public dealt with the coronavirus, it became clear reliable water service is something everyone depends on. The water infrastructure in the U.S. is aging and in need of investment. Water Resources is working on rehabilitating the 3,000 miles of water and sewer lines throughout Greensboro. These upgrades are funded by water and sewer rates. The city strives to rehab at least 1% of the system each year. To learn more about why no one should take water service for granted, visit the city's website and social media pages. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first we have an important message about COVID-19.
Remember the 3 W's. Wear a cloth face mask covering, wait 6 feet from others, and wash your hands often. By working together, we can adjust to this new normal and continue to save lives.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. The Greensboro Transit Agency, or GTA, remains committed to its Move to the Polls campaign to remove barriers for residents who rely on public transportation. Earlier this month, GTA designated its Greensboro facilities as voter registration sites through the voter registration deadline on October 9th. Now the Move to the Polls campaign is prepared to ensure transportation is available for all registered voters in Greensboro. As in previous election years, GTA will join its peer transit agencies across the nation to offer free public transportation on Election Day, Tuesday, November 3rd. The fares will also be waived during early voting, which ends on October 31st. The Move to the Polls campaign also includes a nonpartisan voter guide, which can be downloaded from the election station webpage at ridegta.com. Straight ahead on the other side of the break is this week's Way to Go GSO shout out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout out. This week's shout out goes to the UNCG Spartans. Homecoming 2020 will be virtual October 19th through October 24th. Festivities during the week will consist of alumni and faculty musical performances, Zoom gatherings, alumni and faculty-led webinars, a virtual children's festival, and UNCG Alumni Awards. No hotels, no ride sharing, no parking meters, just a Spartan Love Fest from the convenience of your mobile device or desktop. The first 1,000 alumni to register for a special performance by UNCG alumna Rihanna Giddens will get a free pair of limited edition homecoming socks. Go Spartans! Please remember, as more places continue to open, wear your face covering, wait 6 feet apart, and wash your hands often. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings, which airs on 90.1 FM. Be sure to download our weekly podcast, Talk City Greensboro, and now GTN is streaming on Roku. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.